Traveling. Don't you guys love traveling as much as I do? I actually spend a lot of money for travel. With my friends, my family, people that I love. It's a great way to celebrate a memorable time. There's another way to enjoy yourself. You can just do it by yourself. You can just go solo travel. Actually, there are so many people freaked out even think of that idea, going traveling alone, because frankly, there are so many situations you really need a hand to help you out. For example, one of my very dear friends, he was traveling in Paris, the mecca of romance, and he gets stolen all of his stuff, even his passport. So if I was in his shoe, there was nothing romance about it at all. Let me tell you. However, fears are made to be confronted, aren't they? I was traveling alone by myself all over the state, and I had the best time of my life. As most of the things in life, attitude matters. It just depends on how you think of it. Solo traveling actually helped me out a lot with improving my ability to survive, of course, and confident, making new friends with people that you never ever know from around this world. So if you are not too timid, you have enough confidence, you can just give it a try and see how amazing could it be.
Nice. The mecca of romance.
The
Paris.
mecca of romance. I love it. I've never heard it referred to as that before, but interesting phrase.
But so what did you like about the performance that we saw just now?
Actually, the thing that I've liked in all the previous sessions that we've looked at is that everybody's so enthusiastic when they speak, and I love enthusiasm. So although he makes some mistakes with vocabulary and grammar every now and then, he's always very enthusiastic and uses a lot of emphasis and stress, and that's my favorite thing. I hate it when people just look down at the ground and they don't look you in the eye, and they don't have anything interesting to say. So I really like it when people kind of stimulate me by moving around and being very active.
Absolutely. So to summarize our traveling section, what are some of the vocabulary you think that people should remember for the topic of tourism or travel?
Okay, well, first of all, I would advise that you prepare before a speaking test and before any exam by building up your vocabulary. And perhaps one of the good ways of doing this is actually going on to travel websites where you'll find lots of interesting travel-related collocations. So you could even pick up a guidebook for Vietnam, which you can get a copy of on the streets in Hanoi. And you could use that to find out some of the language that's used to describe some of the sites around Vietnam. And then maybe prepare a few talks about where you'd like to go, where you've been in the past, and where you might go in the future.
So in my head, I have a couple of words. I'm going to shout it out to you, and you can tell me if they're IELTS worthy, okay? So I have, in my head right now, I'm thinking of itinerary. I'm thinking of staycation.
Okay, itinerary. Yeah, I like that. Maybe, but building it up, making it an adjective noun combination. So maybe an action-packed itinerary, or a travel-laden itinerary. Just try and describe exactly what the itinerary is a little bit more. Staycation, I like it. That's what we'd call a smoosh. Smooshing those words together, mixing the words. It's very informal. But very popular nowadays with magazines and newspapers. Yeah, staycation's kind of an interesting piece of vocabulary. It would suggest to me that person has got more exposure to more natural English.
Absolutely. All right, so any travel idioms for people to take away with?
Okay, I actually think that there are some very, very useful idioms, in particular for talking about distance. So one of my favorites would be something is just a stone's throw away from something else, i.e. it's not very far. So for example, my house is just a stone's throw away from the bus station, so it's very easy for me to travel around Hanoi. So that's a really, really useful idiom. Another one is perhaps as the crow flies, meaning directly over land, talking about distance over land.
Right. Well, now since we're a stone's throw away from the end of this segment of the program, All right, Oliver, thank you so much for being once again on our lovely show.
Thank you so much for hosting me. It's been a pleasure.
Guys, remember, Damn IELTS Show is an interactive show, so don't forget to visit our Facebook page, our YouTube channel, to basically voice your questions and also take your videos. Remember that we are a visual show and we are also an interactive show.